Hi, David. This is the presentation for the team of HCM Financial and Professional Services for the Digital Selling Program. So the team is comprised of Nancy Rodriguez, Olin Denny, Gary Dempsey, Alina Christie, and myself. Over the last 30 days, we really focused on growing our LinkedIn footprint and our social selling index. So as you can see, all of the social selling indexes on the team increased. The only person whose didn't was Gary's, and that's because he doesn't have Sales Navigator yet, but he is on the wait list after this program, so that's a small win. Some things to highlight is Alex has almost 6,000 unique connections. I was able to increase my SSI by 7 points. Nancy had over 200 profile views, and Olin has over 900 unique connections. So that's going to help us in the future with our networking. As well as the five of us as a team have a combined social selling index of 76, which is higher than the team as a whole, which I believe is about 63. So how we decided to grow our footprint, we decided we would share at least 2 pieces of content weekly through LinkedIn and Twitter. So we would share both third-party content and Oracle content. We noticed that the third-party content did get more responses and more engagement, as well as hashtags do make a difference. So we started using more and more hashtags. And another trick that we've learned is tagging people. So I would tag the rest of them in my post, or Peter Rowley sometimes I would tag, and that would lead to a lot more views. And then finally, if we commented on each other's posts, that also led to more views and more engagement. And then over there, you see we also did videos. So we did both generic and customized videos. That's a screenshot of Gary doing a customized videos for one of the customers he's currently working with. And then on the bottom, we created point drives. So we all did 2 point drives. One was for the MBX, which we sent to customers, and the other was just a generic point drive. So whether it was just about HR and Oracle or the financial industry, whatever you wanted. So we sent those out as well. A main thing we noticed was once you were someone's connection on LinkedIn, you had a greater chance of a response. And I would say like 50% of the time they respond to you if it's a tailored message opposed to email. So this is a few examples. The Modern Business Experience, this is an invite. So even though they weren't interested, they responded, whereas emails they normally don't respond. And then you can follow up with questions or give them a call and tell them you got it and proceed to lead into a conversation through that. Another thing that we were able to get through LinkedIn was what kind of systems the company was currently using, or if it wasn't the correct person. An example in that corner is they weren't the correct person, but they gave the email address and they looked into who to contact, so I was able to contact the right point of contact. And then finally in the middle, it was a LinkedIn message that led into a phone call. So that is a success story. So we wanted to create pipeline through digital selling. So this is a few examples. So NFU Mutual and Campion. So one's Gary's op and one's Olin's op. They both, before they have a call or a presentation, would go on LinkedIn and do some research on who they would be presenting or speaking to. That is an example of one of Olin's documents. So I believe it was a call to about 6 people, and he went on everyone's LinkedIn profile, made a little summary of what they have done in the past, if they've worked with Oracle, just so he kind of has a background and he's not going into the call blindly. Mott McDonald, so that was the message I showed you in the previous slide. I noticed his title was a group talent acquisition consultant. So I contacted him, and it turns out they are bringing him on for a project. It's not happening now, but we've started building that relationship, and we have a third call coming up with them next week. And then in the corner is an example from Nancy. So that's Reed Recruitment. She was trying to get a hold of a prospect through email and calling and was not having any luck, so she sent him a Sales Navigator message. He accepted it and responded, and it led to a cross-lob opportunity. And also with that, she's doing a social listening exercise with the digital team. So that's going to give her more insight to what the employees of the company want, and then she could present Reed with information, and it looks like she's really done her background. So as a team, what we noticed that, again, as I mentioned previously, after the program was completed, we had higher views on our posts and the content we shared. Once we connected with someone on LinkedIn, we had a greater chance of them responding to us and getting somewhere with them. As well, we've all felt that even though there might not be a project going on with certain customers, using LinkedIn, we were able to inform our network about Oracle, and it just helped us to expand our footprint and build those relationships and prove that we are knowledgeable about what we are trying to sell to them. The only thing that we did not find helpful was the point drives, because I think it was very, very rare that somebody clicked on it. I know I have my generic point drive under my email signature, and once a customer has clicked on it, a few times I've gotten bounce backs because the company blocks stuff like that, so I have to take it out of my signature. And even with the MBX, you'll receive responses to your emails, but nobody clicks on the point drive. So finally, what we want to focus on in 2019 is, in preparation for becoming combo reps, we want to begin to build our network in both areas of the business, so both ERP and HCM, and continue to grow that and share content and become credible. We're going to continue to promote insightful and useful content, and using Sales Navigator every morning, we all try and make it a point to log on, look at our leads, see if there's anything that we can use to approach them, so it's not just a completely cold approach. I know Nancy approached somebody because they got a new position and she received a response back, and that led to a phone call. And then hopefully, again, that leads to more and more sales. So that's about all. If you have any questions, here's my email. Thanks.